What's up everybody and welcome back, and in today's video we've got a couple of jobs on. So we've at the yard, we've got the trailer hooked up and Leon is back. Yeah. So we have Leon again guys, so hopefully we can smash the jobs today. Right guys, so we're at the first job site of the day. Me and Leon should smash this out in an hour. There he is. We're up. Boom. So it really is not a big job at all. I think driving here would have taken longer than the job's going to take, to be fair. I'll probably get Leon on the back, I'll start on the front, and then we'll come together for where the van and the trailer is parked up. So the plan is then, Leon, let's remove all this weed down here, have a little blow and a mow. A blow and a mow? A blow? Got the Kawasaki, I don't know if you've seen the Kawasaki yet. Here is progress update number 1 guys, and we have done quite a good job on the moss. We have just got a little bit to do out front, which shouldn't take us 5 minutes. Moving on down here, we just need to give this a little bit of a blow, pull that little thing out, give that a chop, and then just blow around here, but it's looking much better, and Leon done a really good job. Right guys, so if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you know in each video I like to have a little talking point. And today's little talking point is going to be travel time between jobs, guys. So how long would you travel between jobs, guys? Because for me, I don't really have a max limit on how far I'll travel. You know, I can price for the time in the van and that sort of thing. It's not an issue. For example, today I'm about 35 minutes away from my home address for this first job. So I'm up in Portsmouth, which is about 25 miles away, just up the M27. So it ain't too bad, but you know, would you do that guys? Because for me that's not a problem. So we started our day nice and early. We got in the van just as the sun was rising to get up here, because at the end of the day guys, I believe you've got to go where the work is. You know, it's really no skin off my back if I've got to travel half an hour. You've got to take this time into consideration and obviously quote for this. Don't be stupid and don't just think, oh, I'm going to be sat in the van for an hour and a half and not quote for that time, because that's really not smart at all. You need to be quoting for that time. So it's slightly different when it comes to your maintenance round and that sort of thing, because with your maintenance round, you want your jobs to be closer together because they're normally smaller jobs, you know. You're not spending more than, you know, normally 3-4 hours. Obviously some are an example, but most of your maintenance round, you're going to be there just a couple of hours, quickly run the mower around, blow, and you know, if you're keeping on top of it and you're there often and frequently, you don't need to be there for a whole, you know, extensive amount of time. So in them instances, you want to be keeping your drive time nice and short and nice and quick between jobs. So my next 2 jobs are fairly like local to each other and fairly close to each other, which obviously makes that sort of efficient. I always do my furthest away job first thing guys. So if I have a long drive, you know, like half hour, 40-minute drive, I'll be doing that off the bat first thing, to sort of get that out the way so there can be no delays further along the line. I've found this works extremely well for me and my business, so it's the way I do, because I cover a fairly large area. If you watched my video about my visions guys, you'll see that I'm not really one to be restricted to a certain area. I appreciate that's how some people want to run. I appreciate that's how some people's business model is, but I want to expand the business as much as I can, and you know, you're going to have to be travelling further afield for that sort of thing. Another thing that you've got to take into consideration, it's not just about your time or your diesel even. You've got to think wear and tear on the van, tyres, serviceable items, maintenance and that sort of thing, because this is going to add up throughout the year as well. The van doesn't run on nothing. You've got to put a bit of money aside for your brake pads, tyres, and just the odd bit of breakdown. You know guys, it's a vehicle, it's going to break at some. You've also got to consider about the mileage you're putting on your van and that sort of thing guys, because again, you know, that's depreciating the van. So if you're having to travel, you know, 50-60 miles a day compared to 6 miles, you're gonna over the year be accumulating much more, you know, miles on the van, which is going to depreciate the van faster. So you have to take in all these factors guys. You can't just be very specific and very just, oh, it's going to take me an hour to get there, so I'm going to charge, you know, an extra hour for the job. That's not quite how it works. In some instances, I guess it is.
So planning your routes and that sort of thing is really beneficial in the gardening game, guys, because, well, long and short of it, you want to try and eliminate as much van time as you can. You don't want to be sat in the van, you know, for less than sort of an hour and a half each day if you can. You know, you want to really eliminate that van time, because at the end of the day, when you're sat in the van, guys, you're not earning. Another thing, guys, is if I've got to travel a little bit of an extra distance to keep my diary full and keep myself busy, then that's what I'm going to do at the end of the day, guys. Like, I've gone into it before. Some days I may not earn a massive amount, but again, that doesn't bother me with where I am at and the current state of my business. So it is what it is. But the long and short of it is, guys, the less time you spend in the van, the less time you spend driving about, you know, the more you are going to earn. It is inevitable. So you do really want to keep your jobs local. But it comes to another thing, when you're on big jobs and you're there, like, you know, maybe 2-3 days, or on a landscaping project or something like that, then I think I will expand my radius. You know, I'm not shy to drive an hour up the road to go and do a day's work. It is what it is. Like, what's an hour in the grand scheme of things, you know? It's like, if the job's paying better and it's a job you like, a job you enjoy and that sort of thing, then why not travel that extra distance and be doing little jobs that you don't do? That always happens when I'm chatting in the van because I have a coffee. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? I remember, so if you're doing a full day's work, then for me personally, I don't mind travelling the extra distance, and I think it can be worth travelling the extra distance sometimes, because I'd rather go and travel an hour to work and an hour from a day's work and enjoy the day's work than have to do like 5 jobs locally that I'm not going to enjoy, or that sort of thing. So it's not just drive time and that sort of thing, it's how much do I want to do each individual job, because, you know, we all have our favourite customers and we all have our favourite jobs, and, you know, some are slightly out of reach, but you keep them because they're good customers. You know, there's so many metrics and so many variables that calculate how far I'm willing to drive for each an individual job, but that it's very subjective to the individual job. And please leave a comment on what is your sort of operating distance. How far are you willing to drive, guys? Let's get a discussion going. I'll be really interested to see, you know, sort of what other people are doing and how other people operate. That's sort of why I created this YouTube channel, to be able to share my experience and see what other people do. So please drop a comment, guys.
And that is it, guys. We're all done for that first job. We're all packed. So we're going to get on to the second. But here's a little final walk round. We left a little bit there because we didn't actually quote for this area. We just blew it and gave it a little clean out of the kindness of our heart. Moving on around the side, we're looking much better. And yes, absolutely fantastic results, guys. Well happy. Right then, guys, we're at the second job of the day. And you ever seen this one before? One of my favourites. So we will be doing a little bit of work, well, a little bit more work on the rockery, continuing where I left off last time. I also did that hedge last time, which is looking really nice. So we'll be leaving Leon to do a couple of touchy bits and weeding out the front while we go move on round the back. Also, we might take a few of them down for the customer and start working our way up with that. And maybe I could completely top that hedge today, guys. It looks like a lot from the front, but if you come around the back, you can see it really doesn't look like there's that much there at all. So I think the customer would appreciate that, so I may do it. Right, guys, and here is the back garden. Really excited because we're going to be using the old Kawasaki for the first time. So I'll give you some thoughts on that once I've used it. But we're going to get, and there's some other work we need to do as well, like maybe if we've got time reshape that hedge, but I don't think we will this visit. Sort that buddleia out because it's fallen right over, and maybe give it a trim, and then just a bit of work and weeding along them back borders, guys. But without further ado, let's get this Kawasaki fired up and let's get trimming. So we're going to fire this up, guys.
wow. That is a brilliant trimmer, guys. It's lightweight, it's easy to use. That's blown me away, that has. That's really shocked me, guys. That is a great bit of kit. Right, let's keep using it. Right, so that is cut number one. I'm going to go for another cut just to collect the rest of the leaves and that sort of thing and get it looking really good. So let's get the second cut done. Guys, that is the grass mode. We gave it a cheeky double cut. We've also cut that overhanging buddleia down. So we will continue working our way across that bed now. Obviously they were right up, overextending and overhanging and all sorts. So we knocked them back. So Leon has done a great job with some of the nitpicky bits out here. Sort of made the top of this wall visible again. You know, and trim the ivy back once we hit that with the blower. I think that will be a little bit of a... I think that's going to catch the eye nicely once we hit that with the blower. He's also done, removed a couple of the dead things and that sort of within this. I mean, you probably won't pick it up with the camera, but he's done a good job. And we are done with this property, guys, and what a difference. That's the front and this is the back, guys. Brilliant difference. Managed to get the grass cut and a couple of other bits that I wanted to get done as well, so there is still a little bit of work here, but we will get it done, guys, within the coming visits. A few weeds and that's starting to pop up. Oof, plenty of work. Right, guys, so we skipped from our second job straight up to our third job. Can't be lacking about today as, you know, obviously we're up against the daylight. But we are at our third and final job for the day, so let's show you what he's doing. Let's crack on with that.
But as you can see guys, this area right here is looking very cluttered. So over the next sort of visit or two, I want to work on this area a little bit, get it looking less cluttered, get everything all chopped back, because you can see it's just been get a bit wild and out of control. So this will be next visit's job, I think. I don't think I'll have time to do it this visit, and I think this might be the last visit of the year. We are back at this property guys, and you may recognise this one. But we've got, today guys, we will be weeding these beds all round. So there's a couple of beds, one over there, one by the pond, little bit one here as well. We'll be weeding that, and we'll also be finishing trimming up all the shrubs along the left side, because we've done the right side not too long ago and the back last visit. So we will do, move on round and get everything looking A1 and ace. So let's crack on guys. Tell you what guys, the wind has picked up and the temperature has dropped. How is everyone's week going so far? Please drop a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear. Two shrubs sort of just growing into one, so I've taken the top off of it and I've pretty much taken it out, leaving just what I think is a cypress left. I don't think it's a conifer, I think it's a cypress. Also guys, I just want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch my videos. It really does mean a lot, so thank you to everyone sat there watching my video right now. Shout out goes to you. Hey guys, so I am working my way round now. We've just got a couple more shrubs to do, and we're going to have this garden looking ace in a couple of videos guys. So Leon's doing a fantastic job on the weeding. Absolutely wonderful job there by Leon. And I'll tell you what guys, this garden right here is really starting to come together. Oh, and that looks so much better now, doesn't it guys? Now you haven't got them two shrubs growing into one. We'll also bang a screw in that trellis, put that back up right, and start moving our way round. I think a clean up and a weed all up along here. We're just going to be in really good steads this garden guys, really good steads. I believe we've just really got a bit of cleanup left. I'm not gonna ramble for too long because the phone is gonna die. So let's cut to them final results and the final walk round. But here is the final results guys. Customer's bin is overflowing. And there we go, look, the beds are all turned over, looking nicely. Leon done an excellent job there. I've obviously attacked this left side today, which is looking much better than it was. So that's looking a lot much better guys. So really happy, really happy. But let's go. Oh, squirrel. Oh mate. Ah, okay. Right guys, we're done at this job site, the final job of the day, and this is how much waste we've accumulated today. So obviously, first job we had them front two bags, well them 3 bags. Second job, so them 3 are from the first job, and second job, customer had a waste bin, and then that is just overflow which couldn't fit in this customer's bin. So what, quarter of a trailer in a day? So what, when you take in consideration the van, what, fifth of a load? Ain't bad going.
So the sun is on its way down and we managed to get everything we set out to do today. So I'm extremely happy about that. All 3 jobs are done to a high standard. So I'm going to end this one there, guys. So please like, please subscribe, and remember, if your garden's looking worse for wear, call Hampshire and Dorset Garden Care. Have a good evening, guys.